Hi, my name's Jonny, and today I am going to crank up my Nidhogg, because yes, today I am reviewing the Nidhogg by Baum. Do I really need to say anything more to convince you that these are great? Like, look at this thing! Designed in Denmark and crafted in Indonesia, the Nidhogg is a really nice example of a kind of boutique-looking builder that actually makes much more affordable instruments than you would first expect. Because I'm going to tell you up front, you can get one of these basses right now for 1,300 euros. Well, sort of. If you head over to the Baum website, you can see the array of colors that this bass is offered in. And there's also a very limited number of B-stock models left. So if you're going to pick one up in one of those finishes, make sure you do whilst you can. However, the version I've got with me today is actually part of the 10th anniversary collection. This bass is just under 2,000 euros, but it also comes with this original deluxe special edition hard case compared to the high quality gig bag that comes with the standard model. Now, inside this beautifully blue hard case, you'll find a number of trinkets and extras that come with it, which is such a nice touch. Everything from a high quality cable to a leather strap, stickers and certificates, and some free sweets. I do have to let you know that Baum have sent me this bass to review today and sponsored this video. I'm still going to be completely honest with my true thoughts, but for legal reasons, I have to tell you that this technically does count as an ad. Now, Baum makes some pretty incredible looking basses. The one we've got today is the Nidhogg, and it's kind of this jazz bass Rickenbacker style design that I think is absolutely stunning. In Norse mythology, the Nidhogg is actually a Germanic dragon-like creature, and that is quite fitting because this is indeed itself a beast. Straight off the bat, I love this limited edition kind of grey, slight sparkle finish with the cream binding on the body and the neck. It looks so classy with that gold hardware throughout as well. Starting off at the top, I absolutely love this headstock design. I think it is perfectly unique and strikes a nice balance of being super classy as well. Although the nut width is slightly wider, like a precision bass with 43 millimeters, this neck feels super fast and thin to me, thanks to the satin finish on this roasted maple neck and the fact that it is a modern C shape as well. So it feels kind of wide but pretty flat in your hands as well. Really, really comfortable. No issues whatsoever there. We've got Baum's own tuner and hardware on here, and it is just fantastic quality. I love a top-loading bridge. I think this is fantastic. And the bridge contributes to something that I noticed immediately about this bass that stood out to me. When I first started playing it, I thought to myself, wow, the string spacing feels really wide on this. Now, where a standard like 4-string bass is around, on average 19 millimeters at the bridge, this one is actually 20 millimeters. And it might not seem like much, but that millimeter really seems to make a difference. At least that's what your mum told me. The body is made of mahogany, and you might think that that means it weighs an absolute ton, but this comes in at 7.4 pounds, so I don't think that's too bad at all for this bass. Now, what else that is pretty unique about this bass is the pickups. These are Gold Sound Power Jab pickups. Essentially, these are Alnico 5 single coils with this incredible like gold cloth looking aesthetic to match the rest of the bass. These pickups are then wired up to a kind of Les Paul looking knobs going on here with a master volume pickup blend with a detent in the middle and then tone controls for each pickup individually. Now let's have a listen to what this bad boy can do. So now I have got the bass going straight into the Line 6 HX Stomp. We're going to listen to it completely bypassed first of all, and then we'll have a listen to it with an amp sim and then some effects. Let's start with some fingerstyle, everything all the way open, both pickups on. To me, the obvious strong point here is when you've got both pickups together, it's kind of what this bass is meant to do. And it sounds phenomenal, I think. Like a smoother jazz bass, I'd say. You don't quite have as much top end in comparison. It's perhaps not as mid-scoopy compared to a standard jazz, and that's what's still giving you that bit of presence without having harsh top ends. So it sounds super, super, almost mellow, but really nice as well. Pickups solo themselves, I would say I don't love. The sweet spot is definitely these two together. And I want to now play around with the tone controls for each one. Dual tone controls, I don't normally enjoy that much, but I'm actually really enjoying this. This has surprised me. I feel like dialing back the tone on the neck pickup, you get slightly more nasally mid-range. And it sounds really nice with fingerstyle. I definitely feel like I want a little bit more range out of these tone pots. Like if you listen to just the neck soloed and what the tone pot is doing. When you've got the tone rolled off to about 30%, there's a huge difference between that 30 and 0. And I actually kind of want to catch a little midpoint between those two sounds. That being said, there's still loads of really nice tones in here if you can dial it in specifically. Now let's engage our amp sim. This is the Gallion-Kruger heads with the Ampeg 8x10 SVT cab, all built into the Line 6 HX Stomp. Yeah, nice. Conversely to the DI sounds, when I've got it with the amp sim on, when you're playing with fingerstyle, I really like dialing back the tone on the bridge pickup to give you that smoother sound. So, for example, fingerstyle without. Take it down a little bit. You can just get this anything, and like it handles dynamics really well whether you're playing really soft. Or really hard. So there we go. Let me know in a comment down below what you think about the sounds of the Nidhogg. Traditionally, I've never really got on with independent tone controls for each pickup. I always find that they just sound the same. This is the first bass where I've really felt like that feature was earned. I really liked playing around with these controls. Now, I will say, I do think that these could have better pots in here, because once you get to like the 30% closed mark, there's huge tonal variations between that and fully off. So I would have liked to have a bit more range in here, because I feel like between 3 and 0 is where a real sweet spot is. So I would like it to be a little wider, so that I could more easily find that point on the tone control. The only other thing I'd say about the controls is that I at times found it confusing when it's like, yeah, all the way on, all the way on, all the way on, all the way on. Oh no, wait, that one's got to be in the middle for both pickups to be on. I don't really know the reason behind the decision to have a blend rather than just another volume control for each one, and then it's just like everything's on full done. I kept putting it fully on the neck pickup by accident when I first played this bass, but that's a pretty minimal grumble, to be honest. Overall, I just think this bass, as well as being beautiful and just so nice to play, it's just an excellent sounding bass as well. When you've got everything fully open, I absolutely love these two pickups together. Individually, I didn't really like the pickups that much, and I think that's absolutely to do with the spacing. You know, the neck pickup's slightly higher up, and the bridge pickup is way further towards the bridge, more like a 70s jazz bass. But when you blend them together, it's a really, really nice mix, and I think that they've, really nailed a nice, unique sound that is still not too crazy and wacky, that doesn't sound like anything you're not too familiar with. But yes, if you are interested in this bass, then definitely click the link in the description. Go and check out what Baum do. I think for an import range, this is absolutely fantastic. And if you want to pick one up, now is absolutely the time. They've got a sale on at the minute, meaning you can get one of these in a slightly different finish for around 1,300 euros, which I think is a fantastic price for this really high quality instrument. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.